Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel again. And hopefully, we've got something to be interested here today for you. And what I've been picking up lately is I keep seeming to run into the topic of narcissists, and everywhere I go, it comes up in a conversation, comes up on the internet, comes up on YouTube. So, hey, somebody's trying to tell me something. So what I'm going to do, obviously, is I first of all take a look at some of the material that came up, especially on YouTube, and there seems to be a lot of approaches to narcissists and how to deal with them, how to approach them, how to reform them, how to reclaim them, how to do this and how to do that. However, I'm going to do it in a different way with a different approach, because I really do think that we need to start doing some things, especially in the spiritual community, and with this evolutionary process that's going on, to do it a little differently. So the title of this video is going to be How to Outmaneuver Yourself Out of a Narcissist Influence. And there will be a meditation included in this video, obviously. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to walk you into the meditation by giving you the instructions as to how we're going to do it. And then I'm actually going to lead you into the meditation, so it shouldn't take that long. But there are a couple of things that I want to mention here before we get into this. This particular exercise, or the information I'm giving, will be, shall we say, pertinent to those people who know, who are aware, and have been going through a heart center awakening and the heart center chakra. Now, as you know, if you're going through a heart center awakening, you also know, and you've been experiencing, some radical changes in your personality and your belief systems and the way you feel as an individual. So being in a narcissistic situation with somebody else, and this could be your partner, it could be your spouse, it could be someone in your family, it could be someone you work with, it could be a friend. It seems to be like they're all over the place these days. Everybody's talking about it, everybody's doing it. There's a couple of things that I need to mention. If you're going to go into this meditation with the idea that you're going to get some payback, you're feeling vengeful or angry towards this narcissistic person who has obviously been taking advantage of you, abusing you in, we don't even need to count the many ways. If you go into it with that kind of an attitude, it's not going to work. I'll tell you that right off the front. And if you don't have an open heart center and you're not aware of it, the exercise is probably not going to work either. The exercise is pertinent to people who have reached a relative state of what I'm going to call spiritual maturity, and they can lift themselves beyond their own personal disappointments, angers, and whatever towards the other person, okay? And the other thing to remember is, with the advent of heart center awakening, with the changes of personality that you're going through, we are now at a point where a good many of us, not all of us as of yet, but a good many of us have reached a point in our evolutionary process, where we're now being given back our co-creative abilities and powers. And one of those is the intuitive faculty, all right, which you're going to be using in this particular exercise. You're also going to be using the heart center. So I'm going to unfold it for you verbally, then I'm going to lead you into it. Is that okay with you? So if any of you kind of, got to go get organized and get yourself a blankie, or get yourself a cushy, or get your jamages on, okay, or go for a pee, You may want to do that when I'm blabbing on here, so you'll be ready for the meditation as I get into it here in a few minutes. All right? Okay. This is the way we're going to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start everybody off with a 3-breath breathing exercise. And then I'm going to ask you to go to the heart center chakra in the middle of your chest. And I'm going to ask you to visualize it as a beautiful sunball. And as you feel the sunball, the emanation of the warmth, whatever, you've made the connection with the heart center chakra. The exercise or the meditation is going to be in 2 parts, all right? And there's going to be part number 1, part number 2 that you're going to need to do, but there's going to be a time difference in between. Part number 1 is you're going to do this. Once you get to the sunball in the middle of your chest, I'm going to ask you to go back to incidents when you have been abused or tormented by someone who's narcissistic, who's close to you. And I'm going to ask you to visualize them, all right, to visualize them in your heart center chakra in the sunball. Now, as you re-visualize them, I want you to do it without getting emotional. I want you to do it by just staying in the sunball and just recreating it as a visual presentation. Now, the reason I'm doing that is this. We have the gift of the imaginative faculty. The imaginative faculty has to be combined with the gift of the heart center or the creative center in the middle of the chest. When you can do this and not bring in the emotional self, which is why I'm saying if any of you are going to get angry or you're going to be upset or you're going to be vengeful, it won't work, all right, because this takes a little bit of self-discipline, a little bit of focus, and it does take someone who has an evolved personality, who does have some semblance of spiritual maturity, all right? So as you visualize some of the incidents that have come up between you and a narcissistic person, I just want you to see them in the heart center chakra, the sunball, and as you see them, just let them dissolve and fragment, like they're falling apart in the middle of the heart center chakra or the sunball. And every time you pick a new incident, just see it there, hold it for a moment or two, and then just let it dissolve and fragment in the energy of the source creative center. All right? Now I'm going to get you to do that for about 5 minutes, give or take. And I'm going to ask you all to do this particular part of the exercise for about 2 weeks is usually a good time, and do it for about 5 minutes a day for a period of 2 weeks. All right. Now, the second part of the exercise, which I'm going to combine all together in one, but you can break it up for your own display, is this. The second part of the exercise, I'm going to say to you, okay, now, I want everybody to turn on their intuitive faculty. And I want you to become a creator. And the way I want you to become a creator is I want you now to intuitively, I want you just to intuitively project what do you think is the next move that that narcissistic person may make in your particular life or the influence of you, okay? Project and intuitively think or perceive what that person may, he or she may do next to influence you or abuse you or control you or manipulate you by using the intuitive faculty. Turn it into a little game, if you will. Kind of get that little boy, the little girl inside working with you. Okay, do you kind of follow what I mean, kind of thing? And the idea here is we're going into these exercises, what I want you all to do is get a little excited. Okay, it's like, wow, this guy's actually giving me some tools I can work with. This looks like it could be fun, and it actually sounds like it just might friggin' work. And you know what? It does. For those who have the right tools and are at the right place. Okay? Y'all ready to rock and roll here? Okay. And if you want, and you feel you need to, you can create your own exercise and doing this. Now, just as before we get into the exercise, I want to mention it. Some of you who are really imaginative and intuitive are going to say, you know what? I can apply this to other areas in my life besides just doing a narcissist. Yes, exactly. We need to start doing some new things, some new ways, and using the new tools that the evolutionary spiritual process has given to us. And I'm one of those guys who's going to continue to do that. All right, you ready to party? All right, let's go. All right, everybody sit back. Close your eyes. And we're going to start the exercise off with a nice, relaxed breathing exercise. Inhaling in through the nostrils, exhaling gently through the mouth, and do that 3 times. 1 for body, 1 for mind, and 1 for spirit. And once you're finished, just allow yourself to breathe rhythmically and gently, rhythmically and gently. Now, at this point, I would like you all now to take your focus and attention down to that very special spot in the center of your chest. And I would like you to see that very special spot, that heart center chakra, symbolized as a picture of the sensation and the feeling of a big, beautiful, golden sun ball in the very center of your chest. A golden ball of energy and vibrant life directly in the center of your chest. Feel it pulsating, vibrating. Now, we're going to go to work and we're going to co-create. We're going to have fun doing it. Now, as I previously discussed with you at this point, I would like you to go into your memory, and I would like you to pick out the incidences in your life where you have personally been taken advantage of, abused, manipulated, or controlled by someone who is a narcissist. And I'd like you to pick out the incidences one by one. And as you visualize them, see them directly in the sun ball using the imaginative faculty. Do not see the visualization in your head. Move your imaginative faculty down into the sun ball in the center of your chest. And see the visualization, the image, the picture, the movie, whatever term you want to use, directly in the sun ball. And as you bring it to life by recurrence, see it as it takes form in the sun ball till it becomes the picture of as it was. Then see it and feel it begin to dissolve, break up, fly apart in the center of the sun ball in your chest. Then go to the next incident and do the same thing again. Repeat it for every time that you can think of that you have been controlled or manipulated or abused by someone with a narcissistic tendency. Break the pattern. Dissolve them. Let go of them in the sun ball in the center of your chest. Now, having fun? It's creative. Enjoy it. Now, the important thing to remember, stay focused as you're doing this in the sun ball. Do not let the emotional content pull you down into the solar plexus. Stay in the sun ball as you do this. Now, Moving to the second part of this exercise, this is what I would like you all to do. Through the process of spiritual awakening, each and every one of you have been given a gift, the acceleration, the accentuation of your intuitive faculty, which through many situations in your life has given you guidance. Now let's use it as a tool for fun. And now, refocusing to the sunball in the center of your chest, I want you to imagine and see in the sunball potential situations that your intuition will bring you about what the narcissistic person with those tendencies may do to you in the next situation that may come up. Use your intuitive faculty. That's what it's there for. It's a make-believe, it's a fantasy, but is it? Your intuitive faculty can create, in combination with the imagination, a potential situation that may not be real, but it will give you the intuitive insight as to what that narcissistic person may do down the road. So play with this idea. Move it around. Look at the different avenues that you've experienced and let go of. Now do it with your intuitive faculty. Now, what you've done is you've set up a pattern, a vibrational spin cycle of the forming and letting go of a new state of consciousness and eliminating an old state of consciousness that has been attracted to you. Reform it, anticipate it, and let it go. Now, take a moment or two to anticipate through the intuitive faculty what that narcissistic person may attempt to do next. And remember, the whole time in this exercise, stay focused in the sunball. Focus. Focus always in the sunball. Now, at this point, take your focus and attention away from the sunball in the center of your chest. Bring your attention back up into your head. You are back up into your head. And then by taking one deep breath, inhaling in through the nostrils, exhaling gently through the mouth like you're blowing out a candle, return to full waking consciousness. All right. Now, as I said, this works. If you're in the right position and you have achieved the mental and spiritual maturity not to go into this being vengeful, angry, or wanting payback, this is a tool that has been gifted to all of us through the heart center chakra. Instead of just allowing the situation that is involved with you as a narcissist at this particular point, now you have a tool that you can do something with. And I also suggest to everyone here that when I give you a meditation exercise, feel free at any moment to modify it, change it around a little bit to your needs or to your uniqueness as a person. And I'd like to hear your comments after a period, as I said. Do the first part of the exercise for 2 weeks and do the exercise, the second part, for 2 weeks, and then simply let it go. and observe what happens in the situation with the narcissistic person that you have been presented with in your life. And I would be interested to hear your comments, and I would be interested if you would be interested in more meditations of this. And if you need to get a hold of me for personal instruction or assistance, I think most of you know where to find me, twinlink.ca, that's us. Have a great day, everybody. From me to you, I love you all. Take care.